the members, the honorable members elected from that zone will stand up. Or, if you like, we can afford to do 36 states. And then the members from each of the states can stand up. So we know, at least we see their faces. I'm sure you already have your numbers, you have your names, you know each other. I will make out time to have that privilege to know everybody's name. There are a few names I think I know, but there are many I don't know. That is part of the problem of aging. You know, you know faces and then you forget the names. So, shall we start with, is it Abia, but in alphabetical order? Abia? Abia. We do have, but maybe she's not here or is not here. Abuja. Anambra. I need a note to be able to be guided. Adamawa. So, welcome. Bauchi. Akwa Ibom. Somebody should guide me. Bayelsa. That one look like me somehow. You really have each advantage. Anyway, don't want to come to Borno. We don't have a paper to. Borno. Madam, I appreciate you, but I appreciate you too, all of you. I've already mentioned Benue. Benue. Who can guide me? Delta. Delta again. Okay, welcome. Thank you. Well now. Okay, thank you. Ekiti. Allow me to appreciate the lady as well. Gombe. Lagos. Eko Nibaje. Niger. Nasarawa Fa. Ogu. Obogu. Ondo. Oshun. Or state of Oshun. Or your state. Plateau. Yobe. Zamfara. Is there any oh, you gave me this, you omitted. Two. Harry, you have to apologize. You omitted my state, Kaduna. Kogi. These people, they are the shortest group to sweep. Who else? Sokoto. Adamawa. Jiga. Taraba. Taraba. Okay. Already state check. Imo. I'm completely barbarized. I didn't make sure I did. Okay. I didn't about this. Now, as I said, this is not all those elected. This first leg is limited to the newly elected honorable members of the House of Representatives. We're going to structure the conversation. I thought we would just get each zone. Saw you was either when you came for clearance, or when somebody took you to court, or when you came with a protest, or one way or the other, or when we sent people to your state to conduct elections. But after the elections, we thought it would be wise for us to meet. So this meeting is not called to elect officers. Representative APC caucus. That is not the purpose. It's not on our agenda. So we have a formal. So because of limited time, I thought, can you agree amongst yourselves to just get one person just to make general comment on behalf of your zones? Because yes. No, what I thought we should do, we will make general statements. I will, of course, make my speech. And I will want at least 3 persons from there to make remarks. And we shut down the open session. The cameraman will excuse us, and then we continue with the meeting. So that it is not seen as a monologue. Is that fair enough? Yes. So, Emmanuel, you might wish to resume your
Thank you, the revered national chairman of our party. So we'll take it zone by zone. Just like the chairman said.
Now follow the program now.
Okay. Okay, we'll have a little alteration of the program now. If we get your from his statement, then the chairman will make his remarks. We'll move into the next session. Okay? Please, when you come, you mention your name, your state, your zone, and then make your remarks very briefly. No, you okay, sir. Okay. Okay. Someone has indicated interest from the South. Sorry.
Now, this body don't take into account my height. Can you see me there? This is very unfair. Can somebody put a small ladder for me? I can barely see some people here. Well, I will try and move away a little bit. This is not my photo. Members of the National Working Committee, honorable members elect of the Federal House of Representatives, ladies and gentlemen, let me, on behalf of our great party, the All Progressive Congress, on behalf of our entire leadership, including Mr. President, President Muhammad Buhari, and the entire members of our party, congratulate each and every one of you on your well-deserved election as honorable member representing your respective federal constituencies. As a party, we are proud that the Nigerian people in your respective constituencies has reposed confidence in the All Progressive Congress. I was looking at the numbers this morning, and I realized that at the level of the House of Representatives, the Nigerian people gave the APC a resounding vote of confidence. Before the election, we had about 190 members. As we speak, the Nigerian people re-elected 223 members of the House of Representatives on the platform of the All Progressive Congress. This gives us overwhelming majority, almost two-thirds, that we need even if we want to amend the Constitution. I'd like on your behalf to express our gratitude to the Nigerian people for reposing confidence in our party as reflected in your respective elections. I'm happy to say that by the same token, the Nigerian people have expressed less confidence in the major opposition, who went into the election with more numbers and they returned with only 111 members. I think we can do better by clapping for the Nigerian people. And the reason this is important is that it's easy the first time to ask people to give you the benefit of the doubt. But when you have occupied an office for 4 years and the people choose to favor your party to the extent that they have favored the All Progressive Congress, it is a thing of joy for which we must be grateful to Almighty Allah, Almighty God, and to the Nigerian people for voting wisely and giving our party the numbers we need to carry through our legislative agenda. However, for us to be able to enjoy our numerical strength in the House of Representatives, we must recognize that we are elected on a party platform. Over the past couple of weeks, I have been invited by INEC to sign, to forward names arising from court decisions to the effect that APC has won constituency XYZ, and because the constituency was won by APC, even where there is dispute about who is the candidate, APC's business is to nominate the person who has been established as the one duly nominated for that purpose. So it shows that at the end of the day, as I'm sure when you went to vote, you didn't see the portrait of any member. All you saw was the logo of the APC. And our logo, one of the key features in our logo is the broom. Broom is something that every Nigerian is familiar with across the country, urban and rural. And there is something about the broom. When you pick a stick of broom, you can cut it. Even people as frail looking as myself will have no difficulty in cutting a stick of broom. But when you weed it together, as reflected in our logo, even Joshua, the world boxing champion, a proud Nigerian, you know when a guy is good, it's ours. Even he cannot break the broom. At best, he can bend it, can turn it to style, but he cannot break it. So the essence of that logo, of that broom, is to remind us that when we stand together, we share ideas together, we make decisions on the basis of inclusion, and we carry everybody along. We encourage debate, contestation, and agree that at the end of the day, agreement reached are binding on all. Then we will be as strong as the broom in our logo. But if any one of us, for whatever reason, think that he's so strong, he can go it alone, try it, that will be like play with one stick of broom, and you will find that however strong you are, you can be broken. So we have called this meeting to remind us
that we have a huge task ahead of us. Nigerians have voted the way they voted. You have more members, 150 or 54 new members on the APC platform alone, just new members. They expect renewed vigor. They have injected new blood in the House of Representatives. And I'm certain that you have all come fired by a determination to make a difference in the way the National Assembly is run. As people who have been active and who are politically active, you are certainly familiar with some of the issues that bogged down the government between 2015 and 2019, arising from a unique concussion, which I pray that this time around we will have all learned the right lessons from our immediate past and allow the positive side of those lessons to shape our future as we move on, preparatory to inaugurating the night assembly. We tried as a party to do what has not been done before. We recognize that among those who were contesting, there are people who had the means to do what they had to do. That we belong to one family, and as a party, we must show goodwill to our members, and we expect that our member will reciprocate this goodwill. You have been elected at a very, very challenging time to provide legislative backing for APC agenda and APC manifesto. As I'm sure you all witnessed during the campaign, our president, who by the special grace of God have been re-elected with a huge margin of over 4 million votes, over and above the PDP candidate. He reminded us and our people that the three critical issues on the basis of which we have canvassed for vote in 2015 are still valid even now in 2019. Namely, doing everything possible to turn the economy around and to ensure that we create and work towards job-led growth, or if you like, all-inclusive growth, not jobless growth, where we celebrate abstract statistics that do not reflect on the quality of life of the Nigerian people. We must work hard to rebuild the economy, strengthen the private sector, create jobs, make Nigeria more investment-friendly, be it local investment, foreign investment, or even expanding the capacity of current investors, given our huge market of about 200 million people. If Nigeria produces what we consume, our economy will grow even in double digits. And that growth will reflect the quality of life of our people. I am sure some of you here who come from any part of Nigeria that has taken advantage of the president's agricultural policy, which seeks to encourage us to consume what we produce. And I will limit myself only to one item, rice, that Nigeria had spent billions importing over the years, and where the previous government had a contradiction in which, while on the one hand, they claimed to be promoting agriculture, on the other hand, they were busy issuing import licenses for people to import rice, and most of the time they imported expired rice, to compete with Nigeria grown rice. The result was that we were more or less 90% or 95% dependent on imported rice. Today, based on the consistency and commitment of President Muhammadu Buhari, we are proud to say that if a Nigerian is eating rice today, about 90% of that rice is produced by Nigerians in Nigeria. But we need to deepen this commitment, sustain it, and take it to the next level, such that we will not only produce enough to feed 200 million mouths, we should produce enough to export to other countries, so that we can produce all of the things that any human being can produce in any other part of the world. What has been missing is leadership, and that President Buhari has brought. And the result we all can see. But sustain and deepen policies. And I'm sure some aspect of it will require legislative intervention. We need to reinvent the manufacturing sector. As a textile worker, I would like to have all our garments, and I can see all of people like me, because of my size, 2 meters might be enough. But for some of you, we are wearing 8 meters. With that level of consumption per capita, if we have sensible and sustainable industrial policy in place, with appropriate legislative backing to give people the confidence of policy stability, because policies are backed up by law. Even to clothe half of our population, we generate more than 10 million jobs in the textile sector alone. There is no reason why Michelin cannot return to Nigeria. It was here before. It left during PDP. It must return during APC. There is no reason why Dunlop tires cannot be manufactured in Nigeria. They close shop, they can return. If we have a sensible industrial policy and trade policies that discourage importation of these items, which we were producing before, but which left us because PDP had a policy regime that punishes production at home and reward import, thereby exporting our jobs and importing unemployment and the concomitant poverty to the country. All of this will require a collaborative and imaginative National Assembly. We need to pursue sensible monetary policies. Our central bank policies must be seen such that they do not price the cost of funds out of the reach of investors. There must be a synergy between our monetary policies, our fiscal policies, our trade policies, our industrial policies. There must be some coherence so that our country can witness sustainable growth, get our young people busy. Of course, we spent a lot of time during the campaign talking about not too young to run. Now that people have run and some have got into destination like you, it is time to say not too young to work, not too young to produce, not too young to be active in the economic life of our country. Now, that task of rebuilding the economy, creating more jobs, and getting people busy, both the young and the not too young, making those who are patient to enjoy life after work, that will be a responsibility that I believe will require legislative intervention. I mean, we can go on and on and on. But just to say that President Buhari has a rare opportunity to now think of what legacies he's going to leave behind for Nigeria. He has spoken about corruption. And you know, if there is one factor that explains the Nigeria paradox of a country that is so rich and its people are getting poorer, that factor is corruption. Somebody said it to me just yesterday, that those who complain now of many who are complaining that life is tough. If you look them, there are those who were living well without working. What we owe the Nigeria people is to create an environment for everyone to work and to earn decent wages, and for investors to have decent return on their investment. That is what public policy requires. Government is basically an enabler. But that enabler requires not just executive action, it also requires legislative backing. And to fight corruption, you have seen how corruption has been fighting back. They have called our president all sorts of names. Even people who are on a good day you consider knowledgeable. Some went to the ridiculous extent of saying that the man is not the man we elected. This one is clone. So corruption is fighting back. So he will need a strong support from the National Assembly and the House of Representatives to confront and deepen this fight to the next level. He reminds us that, yes, we are proud that we are able to conduct election in 774 local governments. And throughout the electioneering campaign, there was not one rally that was alleged to have been disrupted or bombed by Boko Haram. That was a huge achievement in terms of security. And that is why those who didn't know the progress that has been made were wondering why our Nigerian brothers and sisters in the Northeast voted in the numbers that they voted. Because by 2015, the then president had said to Nigerians that we could not conduct election in about 28 local government areas, as a result of which we postponed the election. But we must admit that there is still a lot to be done to make Nigeria safer for everyone. Investors don't go to war front. Even the poor values their security. And the best way to test it is to see what happens if you have a fire incident, even in a hospital. You find people even who have an orthopedic problem running like Karl Marx. So people want to feel safe and secured. Whatever additional legislative measures are required to bank the executive commitment in the area of security, we believe that as people who share this commitment, you will provide those support. But just to say that there is a lot to be done, taking Nigeria to the next level, to give everybody a sense of pride and a sense of dignity. And as President says, to ensure that we have a country whose citizens are respected by state institutions, whether they are security, whether they are National Assembly, whoever they are, that Nigerians are our employers. We must respect them. We could go on and on and on. I know that all of these issues and many more were canvassed in your various constituencies during the electioneering campaign. Now it is time to deliver. The first is the challenge of ensuring that this time around, we ensure that we have a leadership of the National Assembly that shares the vision of Mr. President, of the executive. Although we speak to separation of powers, but only separation of powers. There is only one government. And unless the various arms pursue the same agenda, it is difficult for the executive to fulfill its promise. And legislative backing is often required for most of the executive action. So I will expect that you bear in mind that we are one family, bonded together as shown in our broom, with a shared commitment to bail Nigeria out of the condition in which we found it in 2015. And that you have the numbers, and we will use those numbers to ensure that we have a leadership that commands the trust and the respect of all the members of the House of Representatives. There will be contestation. That is why we are a democracy. But after contestation and debates, there has to be agreement. And once we have agreed, we move forward. We have the numbers to produce the speaker, and we will produce the speaker, who must be a member of the House of Representatives. We have the number, and we will use the number to produce a deputy speaker, who must be a member of the APC. I mean, the first time I met, who must be a member of APC. We have the number, and we will use the number to elect a House leader, who must be a member of the APC. We have the number, and we will use the number to elect a whip, a chief whip, and a deputy whip, who must be members of the APC. I think the only position that we are not interested in is the minority leader. Let it remain minor in the hands of the minors in the opposition. We will not share power in the House of Representatives. And the leadership must ensure that critical committees that drives government are chaired only by APC members. If the Nigerian people wanted the opposition to be chairman of committees, they would have voted for them. So all the chairmen of committees, except one that I understand is statutorily reserved for opposition, which is public accounts, they can have that. So we will not